I'm blurry. Let me see. Let me let me wipe y'all off with my shirt. Hello, hello. How you doing, loves? If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Josie. Welcome to 50 Essentials. I remembered this time. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna figure it out soon. Okay. Um. La 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 la. I'm trying to pull y'all up over here so that I can see the chat. So just give me a second. Um. Rude. Because we're unlisted, because Patreon gets it first, I don't think that I'm gonna see it here. So let me try to go to studio. Wait, hold on. Nope, that ain't me. I'm gonna try to go to studio because I'm far away from you and I cannot see the chat at all. Like, not even a little bit. I'm just saying. Um, Last night, I got the idea for doing this video last night. So I'm gonna, nope, that's not what I want to do. You ain't gonna let me watch it? Here it is. No, you not. Okay, there we are. I will fuss with YouTube, okay? I will fuss with the computer because my goodness, now I can see the chat. It may be a delay, but I can see the chat, okay? Anyway, about last night. I got the idea to do this video um last night somewhere in my sleep. Right? I got all these messages. Like, I literally had a dream that I was somewhere. Kind of like near a beach because I was thinking that we were going to play like beach volleyball or something like that. There was a guy in there. I don't know if it was his wife, and then they had a baby. Like, looked like it was 6 months old. Baby boy. And I remember wondering, I said, am I a ghost right now? Like, am I in another reality and I'm just a ghost? But certain people can see me and certain people can't. So, what happened was, it was kind of like if they were invading my personal space, like as if I wasn't even there. Not in a rude way. But I think the guy was literally talking to me, having a conversation with me. And I remember, I think the baby was crying, and I remember he handed me the baby, and it was crying, but the crying was being translated. Like, the baby was literally saying all of this stuff, like if it was channeling messages for the collective. And I was like, yo, what? What is going on here? Like, and I wish that I could recall some of what was said, but there was the crying, and then there was the words, and then I was asleep. So I didn't bring everything back with me. Um, however, however, I was on the phone, I believe it was also yesterday, and I was talking to one of my friends, and we were exchanging ascension symptom stories, you know. And I was saying, you know what? I feel like before Sunday, yeah, this Sunday coming up, I feel like before Sunday, um, there's gonna be this thing that happens. And this was the best way that I could describe it, y'all. There's gonna be this pop, like there's gonna be an energetic pop that happens. Like, you're filling up a balloon or anything, and then it explodes. But it's not a an irregular explosion or things going out in all directions. It's a very neat pop, right? It's a very precise thing, the way that I am perceiving it. It's not just any type of, oh, it's full, so it exploded and there's a mess everywhere. No, this is a very finely orchestrated pop that I feel like is going to happen before Sunday or by Sunday, right? And I just, like, I felt the whole experience. It didn't come in as, oh, you know, a lot of times messages don't just come in as English language speaking, like somebody delivering a message or some craziness like that, right? Like, you're not hearing words and then regurgitating them. That's not how it happens all the time. So, I wanted to talk to y'all about this pop that I felt yesterday. And even in the now, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain what I'm saying. Everybody's perception is going to be different about this thing. And of course, there's always going to be a group of us that don't even know anything happened, right? And like I said, this is a very precise, energetic, I don't know what to call it. I was going to say climax, but no, because it's literally like an abruptness to it. It wasn't there, it's there, and now everything is different, right? There was no leading up to this pop out of nowhere as far as our conscious awareness is concerned. It's kind of like if we're being distracted so that this can happen. And I don't mean being distracted by worldly things or anything like that, the news, all of that stuff that's going on out there. No. I feel like we're literally being distracted by a barrage of ascension symptoms, by a barrage of messages and hypersensitivity and paranormal activity, in order for something else energetic to also occur. Like when you are distracting a baby that's getting vaccinations so they don't see it coming and try to fight you and all this and that, because it's threatening. I don't know if that was a good example or not. Anyway, I feel like it's a necessary thing in order for this other thing to happen, right? It's giving me Temperance card energy. That whole, hey, you're in the lab. You are literally bringing together, the spirit realm and the physical realm. And there's a process, and you've got all of these things going. And there's an order in which things can happen, and when things can be mixed and when they can't, and what conditions they have to be in order to get whatever end result you need to get. Something is in progress, okay? And it has been since Friday, okay? A lot of us are feeling that on and off with the chest pain and the tightness and then bloating and then headaches and then being emotional and then losing complete concepts and thoughts and then also being extra psychic and kind of feeling weird, physically. Your physical reality is like weird. Your body is weird. Like it's a whole bunch going on at once, right? But I'm telling you right now, whatever this pop is, we don't see it coming. Just because I'm telling you about it doesn't mean that I don't feel like I'm going to be surprised. There's a reason why I even got this message. And I think it's assurance to make sure that you understand that after the fact, okay? Because there's no controlling when this happens. But after the fact, is to ensure that you realize and recognize what has happened and that it wasn't a negative thing. Because for some odd reason, it can kind of mess stuff up. Not totally, but it can make it difficult for you, right? If this pop happens and you freak out about it, it's already happened. There's nothing you can do about it. But if you freak out about it after the fact, when you're in the new perception, the new reality, right? It can cause an issue because of your emotional state. So, just understand that from what I understand, that this is not a threat, it's not a negative thing, and it's gonna happen, and you don't really have too much control over it. And for each individual, this pop is gonna look different, right? Some of y'all are gonna be seeing in HD, like if you have polarized sunshades on. Okay, some of you are literally gonna feel a physical pop within you. And the only thing that would be keeping you from going like to the hospital is the fact that there's no pain. It's not a pop like if your joints pop or you pop your knuckles feeling. It's not like if your back pops. It's more so within those cavities that usually house organs or the space between organs. There's gonna be this pop sensation. But it's not gonna be painful or anything. It's just gonna be like, oh, wonder what was that? Some people might even pass it off as just gas. I'm just saying. But I don't know what it is about this pop, right? But it's definitely coming. And just like with normal ascension symptoms, sometimes like one day I may get a headache and then 2 days later somebody I know has headaches now, even though I've gotten past that. I don't think that we're all going to go through it at the same time, and this may be the reason why I say we got all the way up until Sunday for this whole pop situation to happen. Because I really do feel like, and she told me yesterday, I'm just realizing what I'm saying. My friend literally just told me yesterday that she feels like she's popping in and out of this reality. So that may be another thing as well, to where it's not just gonna be, oh, I'm popping in and out of this reality. It's I've popped somewhere and I can't get back. Because there's no coming back. There is a sense of concreteness to this, even though there's the fluidity of the situation. It's literally like someone who has never, ever seen a body of water. Okay? They may have taken showers. They may have even taken a bath. But a natural, large body of water, if you've never seen it, you're not going to just run and jump in it. Okay? There's going to be a lot of things that you think about. There may be some things that you take the time to learn, but you're not just going to run and jump into the ocean and you've never seen an ocean. A huge lake and you've never seen a huge lake, right? Well, if you think about that person, that scenario, right? Just imagine you have never seen a large natural body of water, but you pop up inside of one. You didn't even get the chance to run and jump into it. You didn't get to have that kind of control or make that decision consciously. Okay, your soul is driving, right? And you just happen to find yourself in the middle of an ocean, energetically, and you're having all of these experiences. There's these new elements, right? Let's say you just don't even know anything about sea life, and you got something that rubbed across your leg, and the water's got different temperatures in different places, and you're just like, yo, what's going on? Guess what? If you don't check in with yourself and anchor yourself within yourself, you're going to literally feel like you are drowning. You're going to feel like everything is a threat. It's going to be this hyper anxiety, hyper just everything that's not good. So it's very important to anchor yourself when you realize that you've been popped into something that is foreign. It's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Spirit does not really technically have dexterity. Spirit doesn't have fingers like we do. The ethers does not. So having finesse is not exactly easy when it comes to handling us humans in the physical body, and also like especially when it comes to moving and helping us move to new realities and new consciousness. And there's a lot of components, and this is why that's not happening as smoothly. Like they think it's smooth. Your higher self thinks they're doing it smooth, but the way that you feel is gonna feel abrupt. It's gonna be kind of jarring, okay? But just know it's not a threat. It's not a negative thing. Because then it could take you a little longer to get used to the new reality that you're about to pop into. What's so interesting is that it feels like a duplication. Because I'm sitting here telling you about this, and I'm telling you, oh yeah, this is going to definitely happen by Sunday. But then I just saw a whole nother group of people, because I got the message like that the goal is to have everybody popped before the month of May ends. And you could liken pop to activation, right? And look, again, I don't know what it's for, what the mechanism is. I don't have the information behind it. It's just like, yo, this is about to happen. Don't freak out afterwards if you want to get the information that you need to get after the fact. You can't hear if you're screaming, right? So, oh, speaking of that, woo, that was another message that I got last night, y'all. Some of y'all's physical bodies, when I say y'all, I mean all of us. I'm that mom. I'm from Texas. I mean everybody, right? It is, this is general. But some of you, this is a big packet of information, and I can't believe, because I was worried that I was going to forget, or that I wasn't going to be able to recall, because I took my time and I fed myself before I did this. Your body, your physical body that you are in right now, and I know sometimes it's a struggle, right? Especially with the flares and the CMEs and stuff. But the physical body that you are currently in right now is about to literally go left, go off. Like it's had it. It has had enough, right? And when I say that like that, I don't necessarily mean that, oh, it's inevitable. Like if, if a person, if you poke the bear finally attacks type thing with your body. I don't really feel like it's that. I feel like it's time. Just like a course of nature. Like when it's time for a baby to be born. We don't really necessarily get to control that. So there's this quickening energy that's going to happen with your body physically. It's going to be kind of different from anything else that you may have experienced, only because it's going to be multiple things at once. Okay? It's not going to be, oh, I found this spot here. It's not going to be, oh, I dropped 10 pounds overnight and it's unexplainable and the doctor said I was fine. It's going to be all of the things, whatever those things are. There's going to be all of them happening. So don't be surprised if you do lose a lot of weight randomly, even though your diet hasn't changed. Don't be surprised if you feel like all of a sudden you're retaining a lot of fluids, even though you've not done anything to cause that. Marks showing up on the body, skin getting darker, eye changes, literally, like that you can see when you look in the mirror. Different eye changes, whether it be the color, whether it be the shape of your iris, all kinds of things. Like there's just going to be so many things, right? Hair changes with your hair. Hare Krishna, love. There's going to be just so much going on. So, yeah. It's going to be a lot. A whole lot going on. And it's going to be in like a little pocket reality type situation. It's going to be really, how do I say? It's definitely going to be tailored to you as the individual. But everybody is going to be having that moment where there is this very profound change. It's kind of like a mystical experience, but it's very physical. Because it can be seen. So you literally may have to deal with other people around you, your loved ones, especially if you're one of those ones that are going to go through a dramatic change. Your eyes literally might change color and nobody's going to believe that you're not wearing contacts. Your hair might change color. Your hair might grow differently, whether it stops growing. Like if it's thick, it'll thin out. Or like if you shave, it won't come back at all. Or it'll only come back a little bit. Like all kind of craziness. It's a whole nother... It's like if we left high school and now we're in college. It's like a whole nother world of all of them ascension symptoms that you were used to. We got a whole nother packet. It's like Windows 36. I don't know. It's like a whole... It literally feels like a whole operating system. Not just an update. Not just an upgrade. It's not just a component. It's a whole packet. And it's quick. Like, bam. And I'm like, that can shock people. because it's just all at once. And I'm just like, we already tired. We already ready don't want to be 1 foot in and 1 foot out like we have been. You know, if you're gonna be living, 5D and beyond, you want to be able to fly. You don't want to have to use money. Like, can we go through this, and not have to still deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Because literally, like, who signed up for this level of intensity? I feel just fine. I don't need to do crazy stuff to feel. I'm just saying. Oh man, I had a dream my eye color changed. Very real. Couldn't sustain the energies. Woke up in this reality. I've had practice, I suppose. I bet. I'm telling you, at this point, the dream realm does not feel like nothing feels like dreams as we were taught that dreams were. Oh, it's just your subconscious playing a whole bunch of stuff back because your brain's job is just to record everything. Oh, honey, no, I can't even subscribe to that anymore. Whole lives are being lived, whether you're awake or asleep at this point. We have an awareness of what the other parts of us are doing in other places pretty much all the time now, a lot of us. So, and we're here trying to act natural. And it's like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because what? What do you do? But yeah, I'm glad that I was able to recall some of that stuff. It was pretty awesome. That baby, like, I could feel when I was holding that baby and that baby was crying, but it was actually like translating, and I understood what it was saying. That was interesting. Because you can still feel that. It's a memory. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it felt really real. I didn't know who these people were in this dream. No, not at all. Mm-mm. Wow. So yeah, I felt like I needed to come in here and talk to y'all about that pop that is literally occurring at any point for a lot of us. I'm assuming the reason why I started from the gate saying that, by Sunday it's gonna happen, was because obviously the group of people that are connected to me are most likely going first. That's all I could think, and I know that a lot of us are like, really, like, don't tell me about anything else. I don't want to, like, don't tell me about, just when are we done, right? But I don't feel like this is a painful experience, but it can still cause issues, because if you lose whole concepts and things don't make sense to you, and you're still here functioning around systems and people who are still operating on a different system, there's gonna be a problem. You may literally verbally be attacked at some point, because people think you don't care and you don't really understand how certain things work anymore, because you've come online even more, and we used to be able to ride the fringes, but no, not anymore. I think a lot of us, what's about to happen is you're no longer just opting out of the subscriptions of certain beliefs and understandings. with the awareness of, okay, I used to believe that, but I don't anymore, and I'm making a conscious decision to not even participate, right? It's not going to be like that anymore. It's going to be like you never believed it. It doesn't make sense to you. It's totally against your energy, and you don't want anything to do with it. It's going to be different. Okay, so you may change the things that you're doing, the people that you're doing them with. Like, it's just so much at once that's happening. And I'm guessing that's why they call it a pop. I don't know. And whenever I visualize this pop, I visualize it like if you take a stick pin and you pop a bubble and then glitter just kind of falls. And I still, I don't know how that's helpful, but I felt like I had to tell y'all this is how I'm seeing it. Just, I don't know. So yeah, welcome to the wonderful world of channeling and clairvoyance and symbolism and dreams. Oh my goodness. One thing I can tell y'all is that manifestation, and again, that's another reason why I'm delivering the message now, because we've been accelerating when it comes to manifesting and your thoughts are things and things like that. Once this pop happens, you're really gonna, like, some of you it's just gonna automatically be. You don't really have to think about mastering your emotions, because apparently it's part of the package for you to just not even have to deal with that. But for others, because I guess they're so headstrong, it's very important to understand that once this thing happens with you as the individual, you're going to be even more so in charge, in power, right? And things are going to be reflected back to you so fast. You know how you freak out because you were thinking about pizza and then you look on the phone and there's an ad for pizza? Well, think about that all around you with everything. Just feedback, feedback, feedback. Like you got 10 waiters following you everywhere, constantly offering you stuff on trays. It's going to be a lot of feedback. So if you're not able to calm your mind, if you're not able to master your emotions, right, you could get overwhelmed with the amount of feedback. Because if you think you've been talking and interacting with the universe, there's always more. And that's like the rule of thumb when it comes to the universe. There's always more. So you may have been hearing and seeing at a certain level, and it's going to amplify. And you're going to need to, try to figure out how that works, because you still have that physical body that you got to be mindful of and operate with. So as I'm saying this, I'm also like, really, like, I'm not here for it, I'm, like, it makes me tired just thinking about it. But I highly doubt we're gonna feel tired. I highly doubt we're gonna feel anything negative. It's gonna be great, but it's gonna be so great that it cannot be good, because you're still in this physical body and you need to be reminded of that. Some of y'all might start jumping higher. You might not be able to fly, but you may mess around and levitate and freak yourself out. On this journey, we freak ourselves out a lot of times. Just different things. We say we believe in ourselves until something happens and then we're like, whoa, I didn't know that I could really do that. Like, we get checked all the time. All the time. So, stuff is going to be more real, and faster. It's going to be faster. Living life is going to be, it's going to mean something different now, because of the fact that there's still people trying to operate off of time and calendars. I don't know if you're going to feel like you're living your life anymore, because it's literally just going to be a, a never-ending series of events. So it's really not helpful to voluntarily be busy, right? Doing extra stuff and again, doing what we're normally used to doing. Um, that's not going to be helpful. You want to respond to opportunities that come to you, but you really want to be disciplined to say no, because you could find yourself in a string of never-ending events, and you're not going to feel like you're living your life anymore. You're just going to feel like life is living you. Okay? So this is very important. I'm telling y'all, yeah, we survived April, and it was kind of like some kind of graduation. Just like I said, it's like if you leave high school and now you're in college. So you graduated, right? We made it out of April. But now you're in college. And you're a freshman and you're in this new area, and you got all of these people asking you questions that you don't normally have to answer. You're having responsibilities that you don't usually have, and they're expecting you to snap to it. That's kind of how it's going to be with these new sensitivities and abilities and new knowings and wisdoms that come online abruptly. Because you're going to need to actually express that. Not being able to move until I align into the divine will and my higher learning had me feeling incapable for a bit. Recuperating and mastering being incarnated here and operating in the divine design. Exactly. I'm telling you, we ain't never needed to ground it so much as we do like right now. And it's not about walking barefoot in the grass anymore. It's not about hugging trees anymore. I'm not saying that that's not helpful and that you shouldn't do that. There's no right or wrong way, but there's way more to needing to be grounded, because you're not the person that you were. You're not as dense as you were 2 years ago, right? So let's just imagine that you've transfixed and you're completely crystalline. How would you ground in that state? Because we're literally slowly but surely getting there. So our need to ground and the ways that we ground is going to be different now. You see? Because we've been holding so much light, so much of a higher vibration than we've ever had before, and sustaining it for such long periods of time that you don't want to really ground into something that is not at least a match to your vibration. So one person may need to eat a steak to ground, another person may actually need to eat an orange. So you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's so important to trust yourself. And to be able to hear yourself too. The way that they keep oh man, and my other aspects, they have a sense of humor. So I keep seeing the human body, and it's there in front of me, and then all of a sudden it ripples. Like the whole being just ripples. Like it looked solid, and then all of a sudden an invisible force seemed to have hit it, and it's just the whole being rippled. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to get into with you guys today. I'm gonna just leave you with that because I really can't. There's nothing more to it that I can. I wasn't really trying to dissect it. My mind does not like to do anything extra lately, so and I've been enjoying the bliss energies, that grounded energy. And it also may be the earrings that I'm wearing. The earrings that I'm wearing have a name. They're called Deep Space. I forgot which crystals they are. I know rutilated quartz is one of them. And I think amethyst and some other. But it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna shout out the crystal lady. Her name is Crystal K. Her YouTube is Crystal K's Journey. Cause that's where I got these earrings from. But this is my first time wearing them. You know, I figured today would be the best day to see how these feel, and I'm just now like realizing that I had them on, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. Thank you so much, Ascension Brother. Thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. So have a beautiful day, night, evening, loves, wherever you are. And I'll go ahead and put Crystal K's information in the community tab, so y'all can go see what she's all about. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a beautiful day, loves.